Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how it must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. the scene you were learning in? Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. Welcome back. Welcome back. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, we tease him a lot. 'Cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Hey, what happened to my hands? Almighty King, did you say Hassenpfeffer? I got a gift one time, a long time ago, many years ago. In fact, I could actually say decades ago. A girl I was dating gave me a stuffed rabbit, and I was going to name him, it's a girl rabbit. I named her, I was going to name her Hassenpfeffer.
You know it's a dish, right?
Yeah, but I thought it'd be funny, but I thought it'd be mean. So instead I named her Tickles Bonet. That's a good name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you have a thing with the Bonet girl from the Cosby Show at the time?
No, it's pronounced Bunny, but the pretentious little rabbit that she is pronounces it Bonet.
Okay.
It's spelled Bunny, though. It looks like Tickles Bunny.
I figured you spelled, Lisa Bonet. You
Nope.
had something for her or something.
Nope. No, I had nothing against her. Anyway, it's a weird way to start off the show.
I don't know. You started it.
It is Monday, February 20th. Happy birthday to Jay Giles, Phil Esposito. Hey, I got his autograph hanging in my living room.
Yeah? How much you pay for it?
It was $250. It's him and Ray Bork. The night where Ray Bork
Oh, that was the
gave
thing
up
you
his
won?
yeah Ray Bork gave up his jersey to him. It's signed by both of them. At $250, that's a lot of money, but you know what? That's a good price for two Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, and God forbid one of them dies. But I'm going to keep it. Charles Barkley. It's Charles Barkley's birthday,
Yes.
and one of the all-time great actors, Sidney Poitier. Now, I bet you didn't know this. This poor guy, he had 4 daughters with his first wife
Uh-huh.
and 2 more with his second.
God bless.
Okay, so now this is probably why he was so good in roles that he an escaped convict, a cop, a man facing stereotypes. So I mean, those situations aren't any harder, I think, than meeting the dates of 6 of your daughters, right?
I guess.
It's probably
yeah.
prepared. Although he probably didn't have all 6 daughters when he was playing these. Did you ever see that? What was the one with the Defiant Ones with Tony Curtis?
Okay.
That was a great one.
All right.
Ah,
I'll take your word for it.
no, and as you should. I'm a classic movie buff.
I know. That's why I'm taking your word for it.
By accident or on purpose, you are listening to That'll Learn Ya with me, Michael Buster McMahon. I am Michael Buster McMahon, and you know what? I only have 2 faults. Only 2.
Only 2.
Yep. What I say and what I do. That's it.
Okay.
Joining me is my pal and producer, Peter Cole. Say hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Peter has a titanic intellect. It's true. It sinks the first time it goes out.
Oh, boy.
Come on, that's funny.
Oh, boy.
Today in the show, great songs and cool stories about
Wait a minute. I came in on a holiday for you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you know you get a razz every week, right? Are you
You know,
surprised?
What?
Yeah, a little razzing.
I know, but I still came in on a holiday for you.
Okay, well, thank you very
We're
much.
live on President's Day.
Not just for me, okay? You do this for Peter. You think we're doing this show for me?
Yes.
No. We're
Yes.
doing it for the 7 people who listen every week.
Okay.
How many people do you think listen every week?
You keep telling yourself that. Me and you.
That's it?
And Karen occasionally.
Okay. So we have great songs today and cool stories. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss the story of the man who showed up at an airport with a passport, documents, and money from a country that doesn't exist. And some people point to this as proof about alternate universes. But we probably won't have time for that. So relax and remember,
I think I've read that story, actually.
the man from Torrid is the story. I wrote a cool play about it called Point of Origin, except I twisted it. It's a man from the United States, and nobody's heard of him, and no one's heard of the United States. So I'd say I twisted the story a little bit
Gotcha.
to make it my own. I kind of like that play. I should put that on somewhere.
There you go.
Anyway, so sit back, relax, and remember. Boy, this opening's taken forever to
That's okay.
Sit back, relax, and remember, don't cheese us older people off, because life in prison is not that big as a deterrent to us.
Good point.
Yeah. I got a lot of times I complain I don't have enough headroom. I got a lot of headroom today, don't I?
This is Cock and Locker.
Hey, Susie. Look at
That's the point of the set.
Yeah, okay. All right, so because it's Jay Giles' birthday, why don't we start off with it? We always play a song from a Massachusetts act every single week. So since it's Jay Giles' birthday, why don't we start off with a Jay Giles song? And this is a great one. It's an absolutely fun song. Now, this is kind of cool. I wish I could have gone to this. I don't remember this happening. The Boston Strong concert to raise money for the bombing victims. But check out the set list. So Jay Giles did 6 songs, but you got Aerosmith, James Taylor, Boston, Dropkick Murphys, New Kids on the Block, Belle Biv DeVoe. So those are all Massachusetts artists. And then they had some guests. Oh, Extreme. Okay, they put Extreme here on the bottom. Boys to Men, Jimmy Buffett, Carole King, and Jason Aldean. That's a show.
Yeah.
Holy, I wonder how long that went on.
That's a festival right there.
How long do you think you can sit through like a festival? Like I've been to concerts now where they had 3 acts. I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm tired. I don't know. And how long do you think you could sit through a concert? No.
If the bands were good, I don't know, a while.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, after a while, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
But that would have been cool. That's a heck of a set. All right, so happy birthday, Jay Giles. Here is Comeback, 89.5 WSKB.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
I got a news item after you finish your story.
Okay. Is that true?
What?
It don't come easy?
No, it doesn't come easy.
That's, God. All right, so now Ringo Starr is the only one credited as a songwriter on this, but he only wrote 30% of it. George Harrison pretty much had the song just about finished when he gave it to him, and he's like, hey, do whatever you want with it, take the credit. If I was Ringo, I think I would have added George's name to the writing credit, because that's worth money. I mean, he's like, no, it's a gift. And that's a nice gift. I don't know if I would have accepted it.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, he knows his career needed. He probably knew he needed money.
You know what? Surprisingly, when all the Beatles went their own way, in a bit of an upset, Ringo Starr was the first one to go #1 with a solo song. And his solo career, I think is underrated. Ringo Starr,
it did okay.
Yeah, he did pretty well for himself. Right in the beginning, the two guys in the beginning of the vocals were unfamous yet Badfinger members.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because you know that them Apple Records, they were going to be Badfinger. They were supposed to be the successors, and George Harrison and Paul McCartney helped them out whenever they could. What a sad story! I go on about what a sad story Badfinger is. Look it up. I don't want to get into it again, but it's just so depressing. I want to see a bio picture on Badfinger. I do. All right, what's going on in the world?
Our foreign agent in charge is currently in the Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, the president's over there right now.
Biden made a secret trip to Ukraine. Now tell me that A, he's not in the pocket of the oligarch of Ukraine, and B, the military-industrial complex needed a war to keep selling their stuff because, Trump got us out of all the wars and they weren't buying our stuff.
Right. And you know what?
It's so apparent, like it's so like right out in front, like slap you upside the head. Why would you let an 80-year-old go to a war zone?
Somebody said too, the good, any good thing about this is we get to test our new weapons. I'm like, all right, yeah, I guess that's kind of cool.
But we also keep the military-industrial complex. They need a war. Like we stopped Afghanistan, which I don't think they wanted, but Biden went ahead and did it anyways. We really have very little presence in Iraq or the Middle East right now. And so they needed a war to keep selling their stuff. And if people think I'm crazy for saying that, and no, I'm not. That's the truth. They need a war to keep selling stuff. And this is a great boondoggle for follow the money.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I mean, Biden's not a spy. There's a difference. He's a foreign agent, meaning he's representing the Ukrainian government and the oligarchs.
Okay.
You don't believe that?
No, I believe everything you tell me. But right now, I try not to get political.
It just blows my mind that on President's Day, he's in the Ukraine kissing their butt.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Biden's not really making any. I don't believe Biden's making any decisions at all. I mean, he's just the perfect puppet. He doesn't know where he is half the time anyway, I don't think.
Well, there's that. But I'm like, oh my, They had said that the reporters weren't allowed to carry their phones or tablets if they wanted to go.
Well, right, because you don't want to find out exactly where he is. That's a serious security risk.
Well,
but because you're just one bomb away from Cackle Harris there running things, and I don't think anybody wants that. Anyway,
could it be any worse?
Anyway, so on this day in 1991. Everyone was watching. Well, not everyone, but Grammys were still a thing.
I had to go find this song, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's a beautiful song. So, 1991, everybody was watching. Everyone who was watching the Grammys was very curious about the country song of the year because up for it was two Garth Brooks songs. Now, if you remember, in 1991, Garth Brooks was huge. So The Dance and Friends in Low Places were both nominated for Country Song of the Year. And people were trying to guess which one it would be. And neither one won. And some people think that maybe those two songs split the Garth Brooks vote.
Possibly, but I don't think so. I think this song is beautiful enough on its own to Catherine
warrant.
Mattea has always been great.
Yeah, Catherine Mattea, her husband wrote this song. It's a very beautiful song. And it also gave her the Best Female Vocal Country Performance. So she got 2 Grammys for this one. Here's a very touching, sad song. Well, not sad, but touchingly beautiful. But it might bring a tear to your eye. Here's Where You've Been from 1991. WSKB 89.5.
She and Edwin fell in love. She touched his face and shook her head. In disbelief she sighed and said, in many dreams I've held you near. Now at last you're really here. Looked for you forever and a day. Where have you been? I'm just not myself when you're away. He asked her for her hand for life, and she became a salesman's wife. He was home each night by 8, but one stormy evening he was late. Her frightened tears fell to the floor until his key turned in the door. Where have you been? I've looked for you forever and a day. Where have you been? I'm just not myself when you're away. They'd never spent a night apart. For 60 years she heard him snore. Now they're in a hospital, in separate beds on different floors. Claire soon lost her memory, forgot the names of family. She never spoke a word again. Then one day they wheeled him in. He held her hand and stroked her hair. In a fragile voice she said, where have you been? I've looked for you forever and a day. Where have you been? I'm just not myself when you're away. No, I'm just not myself when you're away.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Baby, what can I see tonight? And the one
It's a good thing I don't drink because I would probably attempt that song at karaoke.
It's amazing the sounds they could get back in the 60s.
Yeah, it just absolutely. And it's one of the reasons why they've never done that song live for two reasons. John Paul Jones, their bass player, is playing piano on that, and he can't play both at the same time. And they said the middle would be it would sound too weird to try to recreate that live, that middle part.
Yeah.
The first part, I mean, I think you could get past that where you say, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest, Jamie Hosmer. He's going to come out. He's going to play piano for this song. Yeah, and you could get. But the second part, unless I mean, of course, I'm not sure it was as big of a thing back then as
Bring
it
out
is now.
special guests.
But like maybe do an acoustic version. I mean, I know that wasn't as big as.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, like it's more of a thing that's now where people do, but. That would have been kind of cool, too. But, yep, they never did it live, and they didn't even want to try it.
But, I mean, just listen, if you're listening really close, just the sounds that they could pull out with the distortion of the guitar and the solo almost going into the vocals and almost continuing under the vocals towards the end. Just wild stuff for the time.
So we do have a couple of listeners. I've just got message from people. My good friend Joyce is listening. And I believe my former vaudeville partner, Jody Teacup Brunell, is listening too.
Gotcha.
So we're going to see if we can get Jody on as a guest one time because she's living a fascinating life. She's been to like every continent, and she's been in a bunch of movies, and she was my former vaudeville partner. So
I can set her up with a link on the old VMix here. We could do it.
I think those would be her if she was listing her accomplishments in life. I think that's the order she would put. I think being
Are you putting words in somebody's mouth?
I'm just assuming.
Okay.
Her daughter's like famous in the cosplay world. Like she's doing very well in the cosplay world. Apparently, there's big money in that.
Is there really?
Yeah,
well, I think you can sell the cosplay pictures and stuff.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, people
collectibles.
No, people. No, they fly her to like Japan to appear at like conventions.
Oh,
and stuff,
appearances. Gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, it's she's doing pretty well.
I mean, if you're a super talented costume maker, then you can I guess you can do really well.
Yeah, she's doing very well. Maybe we should have her on the show.
Have them both on.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. But
you'd have to be a talk show that day, less music.
Well, I mean, we're not going to have them on for like an hour.
Just why not? They'd probably be fascinating for an hour.
I'm sure they are fascinating. I miss her dearly. You know why our vaudeville act broke up?
Why?
She moved to Florida.
Well, I remember you telling me that.
Do you know why little Katie Hickson and I, my vaudeville partner, why we broke up?
She moved to Ireland.
She moved to Ireland. So
I see a trend.
I guess it's not my last vaudeville partner, Janine, not Harvey Corman.
Retired.
We broke up. No, she moved to Texas. So people move.
You drive people out of New England.
If you want to move, be my vaudeville partner, and then you have.
Wait a minute, they're all going to places with more freedom than we have.
Possibly.
Yeah.
So on this
that just sunk in on you.
On this day, in 1982, Pat Benatar and Neil Girardo got married. Now, people think of Pat Benatar as a solo artist, and she is, but it really is a band. I mean, it's the same people backing her up for all these years, including, of course, husband.
It's also a songwriting partnership with Neil Girardo.
Yep. Not this song, though.
No.
And that's the funny thing is because, what's great, first of all, let's talk about their marriage. I mean, rock and roll is famous for, a million marriages. But what did I say, 1982?
Yeah, they're still married.
So 41 years?
Yep.
That is unbelievable.
In the music industry, yes,
that is great. I mean, even Captain Tennille didn't make it. I mean, you would have thought Captain Tennille would have made it.
Love will keep us together.
No, it didn't.
I know.
It didn't keep them together. So, I mean, I think that would be a giant shock if you heard that these two split up. But
almost fine. You got to be friends first.
And music in the music world, there's a lot of temptations. But I guess if you're always hanging out with each other, there's less temptations. I guess maybe that helps. But I wouldn't, I love my wife dearly. I don't think I'd want to be in business with her. Like, I wouldn't want to see the same person every day and every night.
It's not easy because my mom was the bookkeeper for my dad's business.
Yeah.
And it wasn't easy because you never can shut off the business.
Yeah. And, well, also, too, it's like, you never – I think it's very important. Young couples ask me sometimes, like, hey, what's the key to successful marriage? And I said, you know what? Separate vacations once in a while. Missing somebody is very important. You know, you take a separate vacation and you come back and you're like, hey, it's good to see you. Oh, I missed you. If you never miss somebody, you know, I think it's easy to take some things for granted.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a theory. I've got no scientific proof to back it up. Anyway, so this song was not written by them. This song was written by two British guys. And the problem when they wrote the song was it had a lot of British terms and slang and situations where the Americans just wouldn't get the song. So they sold it to Pat, and Pat rewrote a lot of the song. So I guess she got a writing credit because she rewrote a lot of the words to make it sound more American because it just wasn't going to fly with some of those British terms. They're probably talking about tea, right? And what? And kidney pudding and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
And kidney pie, blood pudding. So all that had to be taken out. You know, God Save the Queen. I'm sure that was in there somewhere. So what? So here's Pat Benatar in the Americanized version of Heartbreaker, 89.5 WSKB.
Don't you mess around with me, you're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around with me, you're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, don't you mess around with me, you're a heartbreaker, dream maker, love taker, heartbreaker.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Uptown got its hustlers, Bowery got its bumps, 42nd Street got Big Jim, a Walker, he a bull shooting son of a gun. Yeah, he big and dumb as a man can come, but he's stronger than a country horse. And when the bad folks all get together at night, you know they all call Big Jim Boss just because. And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. I don't do that. Well, out of South Alabama come a country boy, said I'm looking for a man named Jim. I am a bull shooting boy, my name is Willie McCoy, but down at home they call me Slim. Yeah, I'm looking for the king of 42nd Street. He drive on a drop top Cadillac. Last week he took all my money, and it may sound funny, but I come to get my money back. And everybody say, Jack, don't you know that you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim. Well, a hush fell over the pool room, and Jimmy come popping in off the street. And when the cutting was done, the only part that wasn't bloody was the soles of the big man's feet. Yeah, he was cutting about 100 places, and he was shot in a couple more. And you better believe I sung a different kind of story when a Big Jim hit the floor. Yeah, they saying you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim. Yeah, Big Jim got his hat. Find out where it's at. It's not hustling people strange to you, even if you do got a two-piece custom-made pool cue. Yeah, you don't tug on Superman's cape, you don't spit into the wind, you don't pull the mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Slim.
I wonder why I never tried that karaoke. I bet you that'd be a good crowd pleaser. Jim Croce, think of what we lost. What was he, like 31 when he was killed in that plane crash? Think of what we lost. I've never heard a bad Jim Croce song either. I don't know if there's one. To be fair, I haven't heard every single song on every album. I mean, obviously I've heard all the hits, and I've heard some of the other ones too, but it's a shame what we lost. I'm hoping when you get to heaven, you get up there and they go, hey, you want to hear Jim Croce's new album? Yes! Hey, you want to see season 2 of Firefly? Yes! These are things that... I'm like, do I get a car? Yes, you do. You get a white Corvette over there. Well, of course it's white. What else would it be in heaven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Sounds like fun.
I'm letting you swing in the wind on that one.
It's a true story. Jim Croce was trying to make it in the music business, and he took a job at a radio station thinking, well, if I can't get a job in the music industry, maybe working at a radio station will help. And they gave him he was selling airtime, and they gave him some really bad neighborhoods to try to sell radio time to. And one of them was a pool place, and there was a bully there named Jim Walker. And he didn't really hide too much of the story. I mean, I don't think Jim Walker was killed. But, he was a pool hustler, a big guy named Jim Walker. And I wonder how that guy felt about it, to have his song be immortalized in a song. That'd be kind of cool.
Did he get royalties?
I don't know that.
Probably not.
No, probably not. Because you can probably say, well, it wasn't you. There's lots of Jim Walkers who play pool in the world. You can't prove that you're the Jim Walker that I wrote about.
Nowadays, you just sue for it.
Yeah, you sue for it, and then you settle. Even if you settle for like a steak dinner. It's better. You're better off than you were before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want some steak.
Okay.
Don't forget, I've been up. I'm nocturnal. I've been up since like 9 o'clock at night. I've been up for 12 hours already. It's not so weird for me to want steak at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I have steak and eggs before.
Oh, yeah. Surprisingly, you know who has fantastic steak and eggs?
Who's that?
Don't laugh. IHOP. Their steak, their seasoning.
I've had their steak before.
It is really good. I mean, you don't expect much from, but it exceeds expectations. I mean, it's not a steakhouse. It's not where your first choice to go for steak. But I went there the first time I ever ordered it. I said, "Yeah, can I get some steak sauce?" And the waitress was like, "I will bring you the steak sauce. Do me a favor though. Try it before you put the steak sauce on it." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Wow, hey, I did not expect this from IHOP."
Okay.
Very good steak and eggs there. That's my endorsement.
If I'm out, if I don't know, like I'm in a place where I don't know what's going on for like traveling, if I find a Cracker Barrel, I'm good for breakfast.
It's funny when the wife and I went to New Orleans.
I'm good.
We the first morning we're there. We got there very, very late. We went to sleep, and we got up, and the next morning, and we're like, "Hey, where's a good place for breakfast?" And they go, "Oh, there's an IHOP right over there. That's very good." I'm like, "No, no, you're not understanding." We want
local place.
Yeah, we got IHOP. Going to IHOP is not. We want like some local flavor, and
give me a place with beignets.
Yeah. We had to our last night there. We took a little trip. We went to a burlesque show because
yes,
it's burlesque. Why wouldn't you go to a burlesque show? And afterwards, we were talking to some of the performers, and we were like, "Where do you guys go? Like 2 o'clock in the morning to eat?" And they sent us to this place. It was like 2 towns over. So we took a cab over there, and it was really good. But yeah, they said that that's where we go like 2 in the morning. I'm like, all right, cool. So we checked it out. I miss New Orleans. We should have New Orleans on the show sometime as a guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Find those burlesque players.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, sometimes we don't do Zoom. If we had the burlesque people from New Orleans, we'd definitely do a Zoom on that. Because radio.
You have this old notion that we're radio, we're TV, then radio.
I know. Well, I mean,
we're a visual medium.
We're a radio station that's being put on the TV.
We're a TV station that's being put on the radio.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to just semantics. I guess.
No, everybody else has accepted it, but you.
Because I'm a radio guy.
No, you're not. You're a TV star.
I am. Which is good because.
Hey, Karen, is he a TV star? Send me a message.
Karen's probably sleeping. She doesn't have to work today. So, it's a good thing.
Send me a message when you watch this on replay.
It's a good thing on TV because kind of good looking.
You claim yourself to be incredibly adorable, and then you say you're not a TV guy.
I'm adorable.
You can't have it both ways.
Shouldn't just be on radio.
You can't have it both ways.
All right, so now here's somebody who people consider to be adorable, Elvis. Now, you always think of him with black hair. You don't think Elvis is adorable?
No, I'm just shaking my head at you.
Oh, okay. This song came from a movie. It was his second movie appearance and the first starring role that he had. And we always think of Elvis with the black hair, but the black hair is not natural. He did that when he decided that, hey, he wanted to be a movie star.
He's brown hair, right?
Yeah, in honor of, I think he was even a little bit blondish. And in honor of his two favorite movie actors, Tony Curtis. Hey, it's a second Tony Curtis reference today.
There you go.
Look at that. And Rudolph Valentino. And those are his two favorite actors, and he wanted to be like them. So, yeah, he dyed his hair really, really black. So, yeah, that's not natural. It's weird. I've been seeing this now. The young kids. The kids these days.
Have you seen the Elvis movie?
No, I'm not opposed to it. I didn't get to see it yet.
I got to see it on the plane when I was flying somewhere.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Where were you flying to?
Oh, Vegas.
Oh, okay. My Las Vegas trip.
Great to see an Elvis movie on your way to Vegas.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot what I was going to say. That's all right. Anyway, so this is from his.
Getting old.
This is from his. Okay. Yeah, the kids today. Yeah,
yes.
Good. It brought me back to that. Some of them, they're walking around with crazy colored hair, and that's what kids do. The purple hair, the blue hair, the red hair.
Sure.
But I don't understand the gray hair. Have you seen this?
Silver.
Is it silver?
Yes. I'm
like, why would you dye your hair silver?
That's the thing.
People with silver hair, they dye their head. If they're gonna dye, I'm gonna accept the gray, the silver, but you don't dye your hair gray.
Yeah, silver or platinum. Platinum is a little silvery.
Looks a little odd. Anyway, So from his second movie and his first starring role, Loving You, here's Elvis, 89.5 WSKB.
Will spend my whole life through loving you, just loving you. Winter, summer, springtime too, loving you. Makes no difference where I go or what I may do. You know that I'll always be loving you, just you. If I'm seen with someone new, don't be blue, don't you be blue. I'll be faithful, I'll be true, always true, true to you. There is only one for me, and you know who. You know that I'll always be loving you.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Did I play the wrong song?
Yeah, you played them out of order.
That's okay.
That's the Rembrandts. I remember.
I'll set the two back up.
Okay, so which one are you gonna do first? You're gonna do Laura or Frankie?
Frankie.
Okay, all right, that'll work.
We'll keep it in the right
Gotcha.
setup.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I was a little surprised. I'm like, oh, okay, but we'll work it
That
out.
was quick on the gun.
It's a
Should have walked in and tapped me on the shoulder. I was doing something else. So.
So the Rembrandts, they came up with the music for that in like 2 hours, but it took them 2 weeks to come up with the right lyrics. And there's two of them in the band. And what they did was they dedicate the song. It wasn't written about this girl, but a lot of times in live shows, they will dedicate it to this girl, Leia, who was secretly dating the both of them. And they didn't know. And she didn't know that they were bandmates. They weren't famous yet. She just knew she was dating these two musicians. And I don't know, I guess she never went to see them play. But
oops.
One time, they both came in to see her at work. I guess she was selling shoes, I think. And they both came in at the same time. Oh, hey. And she just sort of were like, yeah. So it kind of all came. And they said they haven't seen that girl. They don't know what's happened to her. Or they haven't seen her since 1980.
That's a problem.
I remember years ago. Who are those two girls that used to be on the show before me? Long time ago.
Cat and Ellie.
Ellie. Okay, I thought it was like Ellie. I'm like, why aren't they? They should be like Alley Cat or something. Kate and Ellie. But remember they had they were doing all one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they included the theme from Friends from Rembrandts and so many people that were doing one-hit wonders. I'm like, no, these aren't. They're not one-hit wonders. Like this was actually a pretty big hit. Just the way it is. I mean, the theme from Friends, is known for being the theme from Friends, but this was a pretty big hit by the Rembrandts.
Okay.
I remember somebody, too, had Walking on Sunshine. But I'm like, no, do you want Crying? And they go, and people are like, I don't remember that song. Like, well, just because you don't remember it doesn't mean it was a top 40 hit. If it hits the top 40, you are not a one-hit wonder. If you had two songs that are in the top 40. And it was a funny show that nobody did their proper research on what a one-hit wonder actually was.
Nobody has the book.
It's pretty easy, thanks to the internet, to find out what place songs go to. I can name you 5 songs by Scandal. Unfortunately, they're a one-hit wonder because we told that story before. 2 of their songs went to number 41. 41! How frustrating is that?
Yeah.
Oh, and they're both good songs too.
Okay.
Anyway,
in your opinion.
All right, you know what? We're going to play one of them next week there, and we'll invite people to say if they like the song.
Play all of them.
Play the whole Scandal album?
All the ones that didn't make it to the top 40.
Yeah, maybe that'd be interesting.
A Bubble Under show.
Yeah.
Do a whole show with Bubble Unders.
It's funny, when the song came out by the album, A Beat of a Heart, one of the songs that went to number 41, was my favorite of the two. But as I got older, I learned to really appreciate the message behind Hands Tied. And Hands Tied now is my favorite of the two. So if I was going to play one, I probably would play Hands Tied now. But they're both good songs. Check them out by Scandal. She's got such a great voice. She should have been much more famous than, including the second song, I guess, that's going to be appearing in the thing. She should have been famous too. She had a great voice, Laura.
Yeah.
But we'll get to her. So now this song was credited to just Frankie Valli, but all the Four Seasons are actually doing it. They recorded the song for Motown Records on the promise that the label would personally look after them, and that didn't happen because Gordy got preoccupied, with Lady Sings the Blues, the Diana Ross movie, and so the group released an album on Motown, and it didn't really do anything, and so Motown sort of was like, they kind of gave up on them. So basically they did this album themselves. They spent their own money to release the song, and it was a big hit, and it paid off pretty well. It's a very beautiful song. Officially credit to Frankie Valli. I'm not sure if maybe because the Four Seasons title was still technically owned by Motown at the time, maybe.
Probably.
So maybe that's why they couldn't do that. But here's My Eyes Adored You, 89.5 WSKB.
My eyes adored you. Oh, I never laid a hand on you. My eyes adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. books from school, playing make-believe you're married to me. You were 5th grade, I was 6th when we came to be. Walking home every day over Barnegat Bridge and Bay, till we grew into me and you, who went our separate ways. Mine's a torture. Oh, I never laid a hand on you. Mine's a torture. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Headed for city lights, climb the ladder up to fortune and fame. I worked my fingers to the bone, made myself a name. Funny, I seem to find that no matter how the years unwind, still I reminisce about the girl I miss and the love I left behind. Mine's adored you. Oh, I never laid a hand on you. Mine's adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close and yet so far. Mine's adored you. All my life I will remember. Though I never laid a hand on you. Mine's adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. But I feel inside regret. So close. I know I won't ever forget you, my childhood friend. Mine's adored you. Though I never laid a hand on you. Mine's adored you. Like a million miles away from me, you couldn't see how I adored you. So close, and yet
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Gloria, you're always on the run now, running after somebody.
Laura Branigan. We can't have her on the show. She's no longer with us. Now, when people they signed her, they didn't know what to do with her. She had such a unique voice. They really wasn't sure what her fit would be. And so they teamed her up with their producer. They said, all right, we'll record it now. We'll get this producer guy here. He'll work with you. And they were missing some hits. So basically, Michael Bolton wrote her one, How Am I Supposed to Live Without You? And the guy's like, I was the guitarist for a hit in Italy. And the song was really kind of cool. It's called Gloria, but, it's about a guy singing about this girl he loves, Gloria, and how she needs to change and everything. So they kind of rewrote it to make it, more about Laura Branigan talking to Gloria, like, hey, not as in somebody who loves her, but just as somebody just giving advice to Gloria. Hey, how's this going to go down? And well, guess what? Of course, it was a gigantic hit. So they found a place to put her.
Yeah.
This song, the story. So Cheap Trick hadn't had a hit in a while, and the record company said, all right, listen, knuckleheads, sit down. I know you guys like to write your own songs, but look, you haven't had a hit in a while, and so we own the rights to these 2 songs, and you're going to do one of them. And they're like, no, we don't do that. I'm like, no, you are going to do that.
You do that now.
Yes, you're going to do this now. So we're going to play. We had the demos for both songs, so they listened to the first song, and they were so disgusted by it, they took it and they smashed it to the ground. And they go, absolutely not. We'll do the second song. And they go, you haven't heard the second song yet. And they're like, well, it can't be worse than that. So they played the second song, and they were like, good God, what the hell is that? And they're like, do you have another copy of the first one? We'll listen to that one again. And they're like, they're both horrible. We don't want to do either one. So they chose to do the first one. The second one ended up in the hands of Chicago and became a pretty big hit called Look Away, which isn't that great of a song, I don't think. Do you like the song?
Still a hit.
Yeah, it was a hit. And this was a hit for them, too, even though they absolutely hated it, did not want to do it, and they thought it was the second worst song they ever heard, besides Look Away, which was a hit for Chicago. Here's Cheap Trick and The Flame, which I think is absolutely, this is a beautiful song. I think they're wrong. This is a great song. 89.5 WSKB.
Another night slowly closes in, and I feel so lonely. Touching heat, freezing on my skin. I pretend you still hold me. I'm going crazy, I'm losing sleep. I'm in too far, I've been way too deep over you. I can't believe you're gone. You were the first, you'll be the last. Wherever you go, I'll be with you. Whatever you want, I'll give it to you. Whenever you need someone to lay your heart and head upon, remember after the fire, after all the rain, I will be the flame. I will be the flame. Watching shadows move across the wall feels so frightening. I wanna run to you, I wanna crawl, but I've been hit by lightning. Just can't stand up for falling apart. Can't see through the spell across my heart over you. You'll always
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Tongue, baby. Name of the album. Is that true?
What, Mysterious Ways?
Does she move in mysterious ways?
Sure.
Cool. Now that song, believe it or not, almost broke the band up They were writing it. It was halfway finished. They were so frustrated. They couldn't finish it, and they were taking it out on each other. They're yelling. They're getting personal. They're yelling. And you know what saved them?
What?
They decided to write another song, One, which is a great song. And they realized, hey, yeah, stop it. You know, we work great together.
Mm-hmm.
So they wrote One very easily, very quickly. That became a big hit, and that's a great song. I've actually tried that karaoke. It's okay. And they said, all right. And they went back and they finished this song, and they were both big hits.
Do you know that one of our classmates is in one of the only U2 tribute bands to be recognized by U2?
Yeah, pretty much every time we play a U2 song, you mention that.
I do.
Yeah.
I give him a free plug.
What's his name?
Mick Normwell.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
There you go, bud.
Unforgettable Fire.
Yeah. Do they do Mysterious Ways?
Oh, yeah.
Does he do One?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Depends on the set. I mean, the catalog is so huge.
Yeah. I think I'd want to hear Mysterious Ways and One. I know it's a huge catalog, but I think I would be disappointed if I didn't hear both of those songs. Achtung Baby it's a great album. Hey, this is kind of similar to the Cheap Trick story, except the band did it themselves. They hadn't had a hit in a while, and they said, you know what? Maybe we've peaked as writers. Maybe we should ask somebody else. And they got Russ Ballard. Now, Russ Ballard has written some great songs, including one of my favorite songs of all time, Since You've Been Gone by Rainbow. We've played that song before.
Yep.
We haven't played that in a while. Maybe we'll play that next week. They also wrote I Know There's Something Going On for the girl from ABBA there, Frida. God Gave Rock and Roll to You for Kiss. New York Groove. Yeah, he wrote a lot of those great songs. He had this great song, too, that was a solo hit. He was the guitarist from the band Argent, so he knew what he was doing.
Right.
And, yeah, he wrote some good stuff. So he wrote this for America, and he specifically added the do-do-do-do part because he knew that they were good vocal harmonizers. So he wrote this, and they were thrilled, and it became a big hit for America.
Absolutely.
Yep. Here's You Can Do Magic in 9.5 WSKB.
I said if I can't feel it, then how could it be? No magic could happen to me. And then I saw you, I couldn't believe it. You took my heart, I couldn't retrieve it. Said to myself, what's it all about? Now I know there can be no doubt. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. And when the rain is beating upon the window pane, and when the night it gets so cold, when I can't sleep, again you come to me. I hold you tight and the rain disappears. Who would believe it? With a word you dry my tears. You can do magic. You can have anything that you desire. Magic. And you know you're the one who can put out the fire. You know darn well when you cast your spell, you will get your way. When you hypnotize with your eyes, a heart of stone can turn to clay. And if I wanted to, I could never be free. I never believed it was true, but now it's so
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtSpeak, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Look in these eyes don't lie. And they say that if you don't blink, then you don't die. Now feel this heart, it beats so tough. And if you ever gonna doubt my faith, then I'll call your bluff. 'Cause you ain't that tough. I ain't ever going down, and you will never take my crown. Oh, and that's why I gotta stay, and that's why I gotta say I'm undefeated and standing tall. I don't wanna be the loser when the winner takes it all. I'm undefeated. I've got the scars. I will wipe this blood away. Live to fight another day. Undefeated. I'm undefeated. I feel your pain. I hear your words. But there ain't nothing you can say to me. I ain't already heard. These cuts run deep and close to the bone. But I gotta keep getting up 'cause I've been down so long. So let's get it on. I ain't ever going down, and you will never take my crown.
That's the second time I've heard that song, and the first time I heard it, I liked it. I said I'm going to do a Def Leppard song, but I want to dig a little deeper. And this is from the album called Mirrorball. It was a live album, and just like Journey did with Captured, they put it like a studio song on the live album. I don't know why, but Def Leppard said, "Right, we can do that too. Let's add 2," and some said, "Well, let's add 3." So they did 3, and they said, "Well, had we spent a little more time with it, we probably could have come up with a 4th one."
Yeah, now it's Mirrorball CD2 it was on.
Yeah, and it's that song rocked. I heard it the first time the other day, and when I was putting together the songs I wanted for the show, I'm like, I like that, and that's a great song. That should have been a bigger hit.
You think everything should be a bigger hit?
Yes, I do, because some of these songs that are hits, I just don't get. I left scratching my head. But so this is what you do when you manufacture a band like the Monkees. And, of course, the Monkees, they fought like heck to do their own songs, and they were overruled pretty much, especially early. But when the guy that you hired to write a song for them becomes the biggest hit of 1967, I'm a Believer, written by Neil Diamond, when it comes time to do another song, you give Neil Diamond a chance to write another one. And he did. And I didn't have to tell you that this was written by Neil Diamond. I think as you listen to it, you're like, yeah, this is so Neil Diamond-y. Is that a...
Neil Diamond-y?
Diamond-y. Is that an adjective? Can you use that?
I guess so.
Diamond-esque? Diamond-esque?
Diamond-esque.
Yeah, there we go. This song is very Neil Diamond-esque. So just like I'm a Believer, here's the follow-up hit that also was a big hit for the Monkees. A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You. 89.5 WSKB.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Hello, girl, it's been a while. Guess you'll be glad to know that I've learned how to laugh and smile. Getting over you was slow. They say old lovers can be good friends, but I never thought I'd really see you. I'd really see you again. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. No, my heart just can't hide that old feeling inside, way deep down inside. Oh, baby, you know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. You say he satisfies your mind, tells you all of his dreams. I know how much that means to you. I realize that I was blind just when I thought I was over you. I see your face and it just ain't true. No, it just ain't true. I go crazy when I look in your eyes. I still go crazy. That old flame comes alive. It starts burning inside, way deep down inside. Oh, baby, you know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. I go crazy. You know when I look in your eyes, I go crazy. No, my heart just can't hide that old feeling inside, way deep down inside. I go crazy.
You know how I say sometimes it's very rare that I like a song the first time I hear it? Well, that was true for America when they first heard that song. I don't think they realized that they liked it or not, because it took 5 months for that song to reach number 7 on the charts. That's a very long time. When you think about, songs, oh, wow, it's a great song, boom. It took 5 months for it. It peaked at number 7, and it took a heck of a long time to get there. So I guess America didn't like it the first time they heard it either, but after a little while, they're like, yeah, all right, that's kind of cool.
It's a slow song. It has to grow on you.
Yeah, it grows. It grows. I've done it karaoke. A buddy of mine, we're very territorial. my buddy Steve and I. We're like, if one of us does a song, the other one can't. You don't know, you can't do my song. And
okay.
he used to do that song, and he's like, I give up. He goes, I can't make it sound right. I'm like, oh, I'll try it. And yeah, it's not exactly, I didn't claim it as my own, but yeah, I did it a couple times too. So it's one of the very few songs that both Steve Smith and Michael McMahon have both performed karaoke. How about that for an obscure trivia question?
Okay.
You remember All in the Family?
Yes.
And even though All in the Family might have gone on a little too long, there were still some great episodes later on. But the series, if they ended it right where Michael and Gloria said goodbye, moved to California, and Archie and Edith are sitting there crying in their chairs that the kids are gone, I mean, that would have been an epic way to end the series. But they continued. And as I said, you know, I'm sort of glad they did because there were still good episodes to come. But to help fill the gap, Edith's niece, Stephanie. Remember Stephanie?
Vaguely.
Yeah, so she came on the show and to basically help advance the plot, put another kid in the show and everything. And whatever happened to that girl, Daniel Breezebos? Well, she grew up and she became a musician.
Gotcha.
She co-wrote this next song and was a member of this band. If you look up the video to the song, you can actually see her playing bongos on the band. And the band had two good hits, but the guy, I can't think of his name right now, he was more interested in writing songs. And he said, you know what, I'm dissolving the band. I want no part of this. And this song did not get any promotion from the record company because they're like, oh, what's the point? The band's done anyway. We had that big hit with You Only Get What You Give. And so who cares about what happens to them next? And the guy just concentrating on writing songs. And I suppose Daniel Breezebos did too. But here's a song that little Steffi from All in the Family co-wrote. It's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful song. See, it's tearing me up. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Someday We'll Know. Here's the New Radicals, 89.5 WSKB.
90 miles outside Chicago. Can't stop driving, I don't know why. So many questions I need an answer. 2 years later, it's still on my mind. Whatever happened to Amelia Earhart, who holds stars up in the sky? Is true love just once in a lifetime? Did the captain of the Titanic cry? Someday we'll know if love can move a mountain. Someday we'll know why the sky is blue. Someday we'll know why I wasn't meant for you. Does anybody know the way to Atlantis? Or what the wind says when she cries? I'm speeding by the place that I met you. For the 97th time tonight. Someday we'll know if love can move a mountain. Someday we'll know why the sky is blue. Someday we'll know why I wasn't meant for you. Yeah. Someday we'll know why Samson loved Delilah. One day I'll go dancing on the moon. Someday you'll know that I was the one for you. I bought a ticket to the end of the rainbow. I'll watch the stars crash in the sea. If I could ask God just one question. Why aren't you here with me tonight? Someday we'll know if love can move a mountain. Someday we'll know why the sky is blue. Someday we'll know why I was
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for Arts Beat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. 89.5.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Is that true?
Love
isn't always on time?
I would agree with that.
Now, when you think about what Toto did, they were a bunch of session musicians. They would play for Aretha Franklin and the Boss Skaggs and Barbara Streisand, and they just sort of hanging out together. And they're like, well, why don't we start our own band? And there was really not a lot of promotion behind them, and it proves that a bunch of talented musicians sometimes can make it without, I mean, they got support from their, previous people that they used to be. And they're like, oh yeah, those guys are good. But there wasn't a lot of promotion. And next thing you know, Toto was a staple of the 80s. They really were. And the guy who wrote the song, I think the keyboard player wrote it, if I remember correctly. He got the idea to hold the line. Because when you're a musician in high school, girls are going to call you. And he goes, yeah, sometimes they'd be calling at the same time. And that's what I told my mom, like, hold the line, and that's kind of where he got the title for the song. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's the show. Hopefully you enjoyed your President's Day. Thank you, Peter, for coming in.
You're welcome.
I love doing this. Did you learn something today?
I generally do, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I hope everybody learned something. I really kind of hope. I hope that somebody, like, when they're listening, because, we play blocks and the second song plays, I'm hoping somebody in anticipation says, oh, my gosh, I love this song. I can't wait to hear the story behind it. You think that happens?
Yes.
Okay. I want to say hi. I'm not sure if they're listening. I want to say hi to my my absolutely adorable, lovely nieces, Aubrey, Callie, and Julie. I think they might be. They're off from school. They might be watching. So I want to say hi to my nieces. That's your favorite uncle on the TV and the radio. Julie is completely blunt. She's like, "You're not my favorite uncle." Well,
okay.
The youngest one. The youngest one is brutally honest.
That's fair.
I think the other two are just say, "Yeah, okay." That's cool. So, if you're new to the show, we always like we're here next week, right?
As far as I know.
Okay, this has been Now Learn You with me, Michael Buster McMahon. That's my pal and producer in there, Peter Cole. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
We always like to end with something kind of fun. And are you a fan of Ricky Gervais?
Yes.
Yes, I like Ricky Gervais. I think he's very funny. I loved his British sitcoms, The Office, which, of course, got Americanized over here. And, of course, a show that was, if you haven't seen, it's fantastic. It's called Extras. It's about a guy he's trying to make it as an actor. And there's a lot of celebrity people that, he does these fake movies with. And they all play, fictionalized versions of themselves. Some of them are jerks. Some of them are, little exaggerated things of themselves. And it's an absolutely great series. I think there's only like 8 episodes, but it's fantastic. So Ricky Gervais guest starred on Sesame Street because Elmo was having a difficult time trying to fall asleep. So Ricky Gervais came in and volunteered to sing him a lullaby, and it's kind of cute. I hope you like it. We'll see you next week. Drink your milk, look both ways before crossing the street, and never, ever give up your dreams. Mwah!
Oh, boy. Elmo's having a really hard time falling asleep. Oh, boy.
Sounds like you need a celebrity lullaby.
A what?
A celebrity lullaby. That's when an unbelievably famous person comes over and sings to you.
Oh, boy, Elmo loves a celebrity lullaby.
Excellent.
What famous person is going to sing to Elmo?
What do you mean, what famous person is going to sing to you?
What, is it Brad Pitt? Elmo loves Brad Pitt.
No, it's not Brad Pitt. It's Ricky Gervais.
Oh, Mr. Ricky Gervais.
Yeah, that's me.
Is Mr. Ricky Gervais a celebrity?
What do you mean? Well, of course I am. Would celebrity lullabies hire me if I wasn't a celebrity?
Well, Elmo's not sure.
Well, I am sure. The answer's no, they wouldn't.
Well, it doesn't matter. Elmo doesn't care if Mr. Ricky Gervais is a celebrity or not. Elmo just loves lullabies.
Good. But know that I am a celebrity.
Well, Elmo believes Mr. Ricky.
Good. Lay your fuzzy little head down.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to sing you a really sweet song all about the letter N.
Oh, the letter N?
The letter N. It's a great letter to fall asleep to.
Oh, cool.
The letter N is what you need when you take a nap.
Yeah.
Need to put your nightshirt on or put on your nightcap. N begins nummies, which are really nice to eat. At night before you nuzzle down, in between the sheets, N goes. N goes. When you want to rest your body. Lay your noggin down.
That's better.
Put on your pajamas. Or put on your nightgown. Tell your niece and nephew and the neighbors down your street. The letter N is really helpful when you need to sleep. And N goes.
It's too loud.
Night-night.
That didn't help Elmo fall asleep at all.
Does Elmo want a celebrity cup of warm milk?
Mr. Ricky's done enough.